Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be hopefully the first installment of many of these types of videos where I will be doing videos about one specific influencer and talking about basically everything surrounding this person so that you can get a better idea of who this person is and if you want to support them or not. A lot of the times people are out of the loop when it comes to certain influencers, especially since there are so many. And so I decided that maybe it would be a good idea to kind of break down influencers and their time in the spotlight and really show you why they're famous, their appeal, their controversies, their career longevity, like how long they might actually be in the spotlight, and my personal opinion on them. And hopefully, again, this is the start of many of these types of videos. I did a fair amount of research. I don't like to do research, but I did research for this, and I kind of worked harder on this video than I have on others. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you don't know by the title, I am going to be talking about TikTok sensation Addison Rae. And just kind of breaking down her whole time in the spotlight. She hasn't been in the spotlight for that long, but she's pretty famous considering how long she's been in the spotlight. And I wanted to kind of talk about that and just talk about, how her career has been going and where I think it might continue to go in the future. So before I do get into this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and please do turn on the post notifications so that you are notified of the next time that I post a video. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. So who is Addison Rae, you may ask? Well, Addison Rae is Addison Rae Sterling, who is a 19-year-old TikTok sensation from Texas. Strangely enough, I don't know, side note, but I'm older than she is. I'm a few months older than she is, which is wild to me because I feel like she's much older than I am, but that's neither here nor there. Anyways, she is when I say a TikTok sensation, I mean she is one of the most followed people on TikTok. She is literally the second most followed TikToker behind Charli D'Amelio only, and she has 53 million followers on TikTok alone, and that's not including the millions of followers that she has on Instagram, on Twitter, all of that. She is pretty famous, honestly. She's one of the bigger influencers on the internet right now, and she's been killing it. And a lot of people know who she is and continue to know who she is. And what's a very interesting thing about Addison Rae is that I feel like she kind of came out of nowhere. She joined TikTok in July of 2019. So she's really been on this TikTok thing for only a year and has gained 53 million followers, which is insane. So in December of 2019, Addison joined the Hype House, which is a TikTok house with all of these people that you see in this picture. Some of them are not in the Hype House, I don't think, anymore. There are more new people in the Hype House. I don't really know. I don't really keep up with the Hype House, but I know that she's either in it or was in it, something like that. She's very connected to these people. The Hype House also includes, or at least included, the D'Amelio sisters, Lil Huddy, a lot of really famous TikTokers, and she was part of this house. And she's also part of, and the whole Hype House is really part of the part of TikTok that people call straight TikTok, which means users of TikTok who use TikTok for its really original purpose, which was for dancing and using the sounds of TikTok for like cute little videos. They're not really the people to like make skits or the really funny videos or cooking videos, or they're not really the types of people to use TikTok for other purposes than what TikTok was originally made for, if that makes any sense. And if you know any background about TikTok, you do know that it came from Musical.ly, which was also like a dancing type app, where you could also do like voiceovers and things like that. So now I'm going to go ahead and insert a few of Addison's TikToks so you get a good idea of the type of content that she makes. I'm also going to include her first TikTok ever and her most, from what I've seen, her more known TikToks that she's made, TikToks that have literally gotten 100 million views and upwards. So now that you have a bit of a background on Addison Rae and you also know what type of content that she makes, I'm now going to briefly touch upon her appeal. A lot of times people wonder why influencers are even famous. Why do they even have influence? And so I decided to add this as a part of the video because I think that that is important. Why does she have 53 million followers on TikTok alone? And so first, let's just talk about her fan base. Her fan base is mostly young teens, preteens, and even younger elementary school age children. And clearly she gives off a warm, pretty girl, bubbly, happy, positive all the time type vibe. She has an infectious smile and she just seems to be very, fun and carefree and seems to have a great spirit. When in her dancing videos, which she has rhythm, like she can dance, and she looks very enthusiastic and makes it look fun. So I think that a lot of times people watch her videos because they want to copy what she does, they want to copy her dances, they like how she does it, and she's a good dancer. So it makes sense as to why people want to follow her for dancing, and obviously she's really pretty, so that's another reason why people want to follow her. It's just a known fact, pretty people get followers, okay? Like, this is just, I mean, look at the Kardashians. Pretty people get followers. So it definitely helps the fact that she's pretty and she can dance and she just seems to have a great attitude. So all of these combined, I think, adds a lot to her appeal. And I think that she has the whole popular girl in high school, but not Regina George type vibe, where she's that popular girl that you want to be friends with, but not because she's a jerk, but because you think that she's a nice person and she's popular and she's pretty and she's like all the things that Regina George is, minus being a jerk. So I think that that's her whole appeal, and you can see it if you watch more of her TikToks. You can definitely see that she definitely does give off this vibe all the time. So now, the part that you're probably really here for, Addison Rae's controversies. Now, the weird thing about Addison Rae is that, well, I wouldn't say this is weird, but I've always had a weird feeling about her, and I'll get into that later when I talk about my personal opinion on Addison Rae. But her controversies are very mild compared to a lot of other influencers, compared to a lot of her peers in the Hype House alone. Her controversies are very mild. They're not as mild as Charli D'Amelio, which is why I think Charli probably has more followers. But that's neither here nor there. But she has very mild controversies, and so it's kind of hard to talk about them. But as I do with a lot of other controversies and things and drama that I talk about on my channel, I like to talk about the deeper things that I see within situations. If you take situations for just face value, you might think that everything is not a big deal. And I would say that some of these controversies aren't a big deal, but I do think that people's actions say a lot about their character. And I do think that some of the things that Addison Rae has gotten caught up in has kind of shown that maybe her nice, bubbly, happy, positive all the time type persona isn't really who she is, which, I mean, that can be expected from a lot of influencers. I don't expect every influencer to keep up the persona that they have on the internet. However, I do think that it is notable, and I am also noting this because it later explains my personal opinion on her. So I'm kind of trying to defend my opinion before I even really say it. All right, now let's first start off light. So Addison was recently memeified because of a Genius interview in which she was explaining the lyrics to a song about her and about how pretty she is. A rapper wrote the lyrics about her, and she was, talking about the lyrics, and people made a meme out of it. Now, mind you, I know that this isn't an actual controversy. However, I just have some interesting insight in it, and I will show you the video and then give you that insight.
Addison Rae by the Kid Leroy. I need a bad bleep. Addison Rae, Lashawty the baddest, yeah, and she got her ways. So these lyrics are obviously very heartfelt to me because I am Addison Rae, and I think it's really amazing that there is a song that even mentions my name in it in the slightest bit. My message to Kid Leroy is thank you, because I don't know if I can say it enough, but bringing me into the world of music and kind of just into the industry a little bit more has been so much fun and so amazing, and I owe that all to you.
I need a bad bleep. Addison Rae, Lil Shawty the baddest, yeah, and she got her ways. So these lyrics are obviously very heartfelt to me because I am Addison Rae.
Now, people were also annoyed at Addison because she made merch from the meme, just like how they were kind of mad at Gabby Hanna for making merch from her meme. But I feel like that's neither here nor there. I feel like she has the right to capitalize off of the fact that people are making fun of her. Like, why not make some money off of it? If people are going to memeify you, might as well. That's just how I personally feel. But that was why people were kind of like irritated and annoyed with her. However, I did want to point out that the last TikTok that I inserted had a very good point. Why was she acting so pure? The TikToks that I showed you previously of the regular content that Addison makes is the songs that she dances to aren't really appropriate. A lot of the songs that she dances to, it has a lot of explicits in the songs. And yet somehow she can't say the B word, and she's like, it's not even the fact that she said, I need a bad bleep or anything like that, but it's just the way that she acted so coy. But she dances explicitly and sometimes does very suggestive dance moves all the time on TikTok. And while, she's an adult, she's 19, turning 20 soon, and that's her business, I just think that it's very weird how she wanted to act very pure and coy when it came to those song lyrics. But she has no problem dancing the way that she dances on TikTok. Do you get what I'm saying? And I also think that the last TikTok that I included had a very good point when it comes to the fact that Addison knows her audience. A lot of these TikTokers know their audiences, and especially Addison, who is one of the older TikTokers in the Hype House. She's one of the more mature TikTokers. A lot of them are still in high school, and she's turning 20 soon. She knows her audience, and I don't know if it's the best look and the best route to do these types of dance moves for a young audience. However, to play devil's advocate and, just to give you another perspective, it is her TikTok. She can dance however she wants to dance on her TikTok, and if people don't like that, then they shouldn't follow her. But I do kind of wish that she was a little more, that she didn't try to act coy in certain situations and then was also just more aware of her audience. Like, you can't have both. You're either uber aware of your audience and therefore you won't say the B word and whatever, but you also don't dance that provocatively, or you dance that provocatively and you don't try to play coy. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that was just a little observation, but that's not anything serious. So next is her situationship, or shall I say entanglement, with Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall is another TikToker. He's actually not part of the Hype House. He's part of the Sway House. He's also a YouTuber, and maybe I should make a video on him alone, because I think that, I don't know, I don't really like the dude, but that's neither here nor there. She has a situationship, entanglement, relationship thing with Bryce Hall, and it's been on and off for months now, and everyone just kind of knows that they've always been a thing. And they've never really officially made it official, but they've always, everyone's just known that they're a thing. Whatever, they're one of those. But they're always getting into public breakups. The one thing about their relationship is that everyone knows exactly when they're not together, and everyone knows exactly when they start being together again. And I don't know, that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Now, I'm going to touch on a situation that happened very recently and kind of point out a few things that I found a little fishy about the situation, and then kind of give you my opinion and my take on her based off of this situation as well. Like I said earlier, all of these situations aren't really that big drama to me, but they do show, they're just kind of weird, and they show a little bit that Addison's persona is kind of cracking, in my personal opinion. So here's a paparazzi clip where Bryce Hall is being interviewed about why Addison Rae deleted a picture of them, which this is the picture, the one on the screen right now, is the picture that she deleted of them, which was one of the more recent like confirmations that they were together. And then suddenly out of the blue, Addison just shows up, and they just happen to be on the same street at the same time. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and insert that clip, and then also insert kind of the Twitter drama that happened along with it.
Is everything okay with you and Addison? She deleted your picture.
I think it's because it didn't get enough likes.
Wait,
she deleted the picture of us? Oh.
Yeah, what's up with that? Are you guys going through like a tough time right now, or?
Well, I don't know, to be honest. I actually woke up super confused with everything, yeah. I personally have nothing. I think that's actually Addison right there in the G-Wagon.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Oh, I know. She's right there.
What's going on?
Here's Addison actually right there.
There we go. We gotta find out.
We're leading you with
Addison.
Yeah, now you can have them. Why did you delete the picture?
Why'd you delete the picture, Addison?
Sometimes a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do.
Oh my God.
So this is what Addison had to say about the situation, and this is what Bryce had to say about the situation. If you want to read the tweets, go ahead and pause this video. Now, what's strange about this whole situation is that literally the next day, suddenly they're all good. Like everything's perfectly fine now. They handled things privately, quote unquote. And now suddenly everything's good, which, by the way, handling things privately and then announcing that, I don't know, it's just whatever. I mean, I guess they could make the argument that they brought it to social media, so now they need to address it on social media, but the whole thing was clownery in my personal opinion, especially for how old they are. I'm the same age as Addison, and that was clownery. That's just how I personally feel. And also, I just think it's really strange that the paparazzi just found both of them and they happen to be walking on the same street at the same time. Come on now, give me a break. If that wasn't set up, I don't know what is. And Addison then dropped some new stuff, which I will be getting into later. She literally dropped it like today. So she literally dropped this new thing that this new project, literally the day before all of this drama happened. Come on. It's not rocket science. Were you born yesterday? I wasn't born yesterday. I see it. Do you see it? I hope you see it. Clearly it was a setup. Clearly this was all a publicity stunt, which I honestly, after analyzing this particular situation, I think that their whole relationship is a publicity stunt. It's like every single time that they break up and get back together, suddenly it's like trending, suddenly people are talking about it, and it's always made public. So clearly their whole relationship, in my personal opinion, is a publicity stunt, which, I mean, listen, I don't like when people are dishonest to their fan base. It's one thing to not divulge everything. It's one thing to be more private. I always respect when people want to keep their privacy, but when you do bring things to the public, bring truthful things. Don't lie. Don't do publicity stunts like this. It's clearly a publicity stunt. I mean, come on now. Bryce Hall now has more attention than he usually does, because I don't really know who the man was until he really started dating Addison. I knew of him because of fights that he always gets into, but it's just like, I think that it's a publicity stunt. They know what they're doing. And I don't like that. That rubs me the wrong way. Now, this situation, I think, is similar to the last situation that I want to talk about. And I think they both kind of go hand in hand. Addison Rae is known for being friends with a lot of these TikTokers, and being friends with the most followed TikToker, Charli D'Amelio, and her sister, Dixie D'Amelio, who is older, and Addison and Dixie are the same age. They're both 19. And so they developed a close relationship very quickly. Mind you, Addison joined TikTok last year. So they haven't had a long friendship, but clearly they're close and they're part of the Hype House. So recently, it has been discovered that Addison, when she first started making TikToks, and when she was first starting to blow up, which by the way was in like November. So this is not like old stuff like we usually like find from influencers. This is pretty fresh in my personal opinion. But she liked comments where people were basically bashing Charli D'Amelio and saying that Addison should have more followers and that she's prettier and all of this stuff, which I am going to put on the screen now, and then I'm going to go ahead and insert what Addison had to say about the situation. And mind you, she's supposed to be very close to the D'Amelio sisters, and this situation kind of became a big thing on social media because a lot of people really do love the D'Amelio sisters, which I could also make a video on them too. All of these people are very interesting to me, just their dynamics and how they're influencers, but that's neither here nor there. Go ahead and read these screenshots, and then I will come back with the rest of what I have to say about this situation. So I feel like Addison was caught. These last two situations that I talked about, her relationships with different TikTokers who are big on the platform, I think shows that she is in some ways a social climber. That's just the vibe that I get from her. I get the vibe that she plays nice to get what she wants, which is not an inherently wrong thing if you think about it. It's actually pretty wise, in my personal opinion, to play nice to people in positions that could get you to a better position in life. Because first of all, you're being nice either way, and second of all, you know, it just makes sense. However, I think, in my personal opinion, to kind of play Charli and Dixie, it just seems like this is what it seems like. It seems like Addison thought, I want to be bigger than Charli D'Amelio. She realized that she couldn't, so she said, if I can't beat him, might as well join him. If I can't, I'm going to get up there how I can get up there. Mind you, she is the second biggest influencer on the platform, second to only Charli D'Amelio herself. So clearly she's always thought that it was a competition. Since the beginning, she's always kind of thought that it was a competition, and other people saw it. And so she thought, well, I could make my enemy close. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. This is all just speculation. She could obviously just be a very nice person who just happens to date people very publicly and do all of these public things and do a lot of things that look like publicity stunts, but are just totally pure. However, with the last few things that I mentioned, even with the whole I need a bad bleep, it just seems like she has a persona that she needs to keep up by any means necessary to make sure that she stays on top. And I mean, it is what it is. She's also like really close to Kourtney Kardashian, which, mind you, Kourtney Kardashian is old enough to be Addison Rae's mother. So why are you so close to Kourtney all of a sudden? Why are you know what I'm saying? Like, why is this? It's because I think she needs famous friends. It just seems like she played Charli into believing that her friendship was sincere, when from the beginning it's clear that Addison was in some ways comparing herself to Charli and kind of planning to take Charli's place. Now, lastly, Addison Rae was trending recently because of a video that she reposted on Facebook, where she reposted a video of a Black woman which I thought was very interesting. Basically saying a lot of things that a lot of other Black people might view as anti-Black. She was basically saying that all lives matter. She was pro-Trump, and she was basically just saying just a lot of things. It was a very long video, by the way. I didn't even watch the whole video. Also, the woman seemed to be a conservative, and she was just going on and on about her beliefs. And Addison Rae had reposted this video. A lot of people found it. She reposted it in 2016 during a time where the Black Lives Matter movement was really at a heated point. And yeah, she reposted the video. Again, Addison and I are the same age, so she was about 16 years old or 15, and she reposted the video. People found it, and they have been calling her Addison racist ever since. A lot of people have been upset. And I have a few opinions about that video. I won't insert it here, but you can find it pretty easily if you wanted to. I found it pretty easily. And I'll try to link the video below if you do want to see it. Again, it's a very long video. It's like 20 minutes. So I don't know if you'd want to actually like watch that, but she was called out for it, and then weeks later she decided to respond, and I'm gonna go ahead and just insert what she had to say and then come back with the rest of my opinion on her. Now, I have a few thoughts about this situation, and it might not be what you think it's gonna be. First of all, I think it's clownery to come with an apology weeks later and come with that type of an apology. You either apologize quickly or you don't. It doesn't take weeks to come up with that type of statement. It really doesn't. So that's just my initial opinion. If you're really apologetic, if you really are remorseful, then why did it take you so long to apologize? And that's just how I feel with influencers in general. However, I don't know if she is racist. I don't know. Now remember a few things. First of all, the video is very long. Okay. The woman in the video said a lot of things. Also, the woman in the video was saying a lot of things, a lot of Christian things. I listened to everything that she said. However, and I'm just going to be completely honest and transparent, I agreed with some of the things that she said. I disagreed with a lot of the things that she said, but I agreed with some of the things that she said, which, side note, I think that this generation needs better discernment. People need to not have a hive mind and think about what people are saying. You can agree with someone that you don't like, and you can disagree with people that you do like. Maybe you should think about each point that they're making, but that's neither here nor there. Again, like I said, I agreed with some of the things that she said. I disagreed with some of the things that she said. And Addison didn't post a comment with what she posted. So no one really knows why she posted it. Mind you, it's a 20-minute video. So did she agree with all of it? Did she agree with only some of it? No one really knows. People just instantly said, oh, you're racist. Mind you, she reposted it of a Black woman, which, to be on everyone's side, one thing that I did have an issue with is the fact that a lot of people who want to be against a certain movement, they will take, against the Black Lives Matter movement, let's be real, they will take a singular Black person out of the millions of Black people, and they will take one that agrees with them, and then they'll use that as their spokesperson. However, like I said, she might not have reposted that video just for those points, just for the anti-Black points that the woman did make. And mind you, again, it came from a Black woman's mouth. And like I said in my Kanye West video, which if you have not watched that video, I suggest that you watch it maybe, especially if you're interested in the points that I'm making about race, because I did make points about race in that video as well. But I do find it interesting that people want to silence certain Black people. I'm just going to be transparent. Conservative Black people matter just as much as liberal Black people. Not all Black people are going to agree. And as a community, I can't stress this enough, as a community, we need to have grace. and we need to understand where people are coming from and educate rather than just shun and make people feel like they're not part of the community. But again, Addison Rae isn't Black, so that doesn't apply to her. I'm just saying for the woman in that video. But we don't know why she reposted that video. Mind you, that video was 20 minutes long. Maybe she didn't watch the full thing. Maybe she saw one point and decided to repost the whole video. No one really knows. So I don't know if she's racist. And I felt like everyone just immediately calling her racist was just too much. And then people are saying, well, she said all lives matter, and she know, but she didn't say that. She reposted a video where someone said that. So I felt like that situation, I think that people could be right, but I do also think that people are being they're getting too up in arms about their point because they don't have that much evidence to prove that she is racist or was racist in 2016. I don't know if that made any sense. Please comment down below if you need clarification for what I said, but that's just how I personally feel, and I think that was the best that I could possibly explain my point. Now, moving on to Addison's career longevity. Now, there are a few things about her career that make me think that maybe she won't be around for that long. Specifically, the fact that she got so famous so quickly, and the platform that she got famous on and the way that she got famous, it's not really going to translate very well onto different platforms. Like on Instagram, she'll only be known as an Instagram model, which, I mean, she'll have a lot of followers regardless, but it won't be the same type of influence that she has on TikTok. And I know that TikTok might get banned, which I honestly don't believe that it will. I just don't think that it will. It's going to stay around, but even if it doesn't get banned, at some point, people are going to move on from straight TikTok. We already see it happening. I think that right now, she's at the peak of her TikTok fame. Now, I could be completely wrong, but it's just people are already straying away from straight TikTok, and other creators are getting more influential and famous on the app. And other creators that make other types of content can transfer that content onto different apps, onto different platforms, but Addison really can't unless there are other platforms that are specific for the type of content that she makes. It's very TikTok based. Now, she does have a makeup brand that she has now started called Item Beauty, and just based off of the pictures, the beauty products look pretty cute. It looks like she has a decent range of products so far. I think that the whole aesthetic to it is very fresh, maybe innovative, but it's a very fresh look. Something that the beauty community, I think, is really needing right now, something young and fresh, but also is just super aesthetically pleasing, and it's very much on brand for Addison's brand. And I like that she didn't make it Addison Rae Beauty or something like that. She made it Item Beauty just in case her career kind of goes downhill as far as influence, which I think is smart, and I think that she knows that TikTok is only going to be around for so long. And a lot of these TikTokers aren't thinking too far in the future, especially because a lot of them are like 16 years old, so they're not going to have that type of wisdom. But I think Addison was smart by expanding her brand, expanding to other things so that, she can have something to fall back on. However, like I said before, I don't think that her fame is going to be as big as it is now. I don't think that she's going to be as big as she is now, I don't know, a year in the future. Honestly, I don't. Just because of how specific her content is. And it's just like people are already straying away from straight TikTok. So I just don't think that it's going to last that long unless she moves on to other types of platforms. I don't know if she's necessarily the perfect beauty guru type person. I think that the makeup brand is a great money-making strategy. But as far as her fame, maybe she'll need to become friends with more influential people. I don't know. But I just don't see her staying this famous based on her content. Overall, my personal opinion about Addison Rae is that I think that there's obviously more to her than what meets the eye. Obviously, and that's with every influencer, every celebrity, every person that we talk about on this channel. However, with Addison, I feel like she definitely does put on an act. Like, it's not just, you know, a public personality, but a straight up act. Especially when you see kind of the shady things that I believe that she's done to kind of keep a really nice girl next door type image, but also climb the ranks of fame. I just have a weird vibe from her, and I feel like she has this act, and she does some things, like some things come to light that show that there are cracks in the act, in the persona, in the brand. And I don't know, I just wish that she was a little more forthcoming, a little realer. I don't know. I just wish that she was a little more herself, because I don't feel like how she necessarily portrays herself on the internet is herself. I feel like there are influencers where you know that that's actually who they are as people. It's just, this is one part of their personality. You know what I'm saying? That's with everyone. You always show people one part of your personality. I don't really think that she's necessarily showing people an authentic part of her personality. And I also think that she's done a lot of shady things that she hasn't, it's like you can't really pinpoint what it is, but it's just like a vibe that makes me feel like she's fake. But at the same time, I'm also a very critical person, so I could be completely wrong about her, and I really hope that I am. I really hope that she's genuinely just this nice and, you know, everything that she portrays herself to be, because that's great. However, me being pessimistic, I listen to Paramore, I don't know what to tell you. I just don't think that that's her, and based off of the things that I mentioned earlier as far as her controversies and her drama, I just think that she kind of puts on an act. Alright, that is it for this video. Finally, this video took longer than my other videos usually take, but I did enjoy the process of making it, and I hope that you enjoyed watching it. If you did, oh, and by the way, before I forget, please enjoy this obligatory Tom Holland picture as I close out. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of Addison Rae. What do you think of everything that I told you about her in this video? What do you think of my analysis of her? Do you think that I'm completely wrong? Do you think that I'm completely right? Do you agree with some parts? Let me know your opinion in the comment section down below. And please do subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Also, in the comment section down below, please tell me if you like these types of videos and if I should do more of them. Subscribe, and please do turn on the post notifications so that you are notified of the next time that I post a video. So thank you again so much for watching this very long video. Thank you for getting this far. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.